Well, theater doesn't have a major, it has a minor.
It's strange, really, just to think that this thing that I'm wanting to pursue for my career is just my minor.
I am technically a political science major. My first thing is I would like to do acting or something in theater in that general area. My second thing would be with the political science degree, I would want to go to law school.
I am more involved with theater than I am with film, which is my major.
After doing this play, I may put it as a minor because I'm a criminal justice major right now, and that's kind of criminal justice in theater. That's weird, but I mean, I really enjoyed this, and I would love to do more of it.
I feel like it's really a thing that everyone deals with on a day-to-day, but yeah, it's totally something I deal with day-to-day. I've never been diagnosed with any kind of mental illness, and I never want to act like I have because that's not something to joke about. I was in a rather mentally abusive relationship a few years ago. And up until that point, I was a very happy-go-lucky, spreading pixie dust everywhere I go kind of person. I started having a lot more problems with anxiety and feeling depressed and things of that nature. And it's still something I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, today I gave a speech in my class and almost had a total freak out because I was feeling so anxious about it.
I have high anxiety. I've always had high anxiety, but this past fall semester I've recently been in an accident, been dealing with carbon monoxide, and I have been struggling with coping with that and some other issues that's been going on in my life. It's like everything's trying to come down on me. So I'm currently struggling with depression with it, and I've also got a slight bit of PTSD due to the accident. Due to I could have lost my life. I was in a very short amount of time left. Thank goodness I did go to the hospital, and things did get taken care of, because if it didn't, I could have. And so it's still like coping with that. And it is a struggle. Like, I struggle with it every day, and trying to get myself out of the bed, tell myself I'm okay now. I don't have to worry about breathing in something I can't smell, and that it's no longer here and it no longer affects me, but in all reality it still does mentally.
I do go through things. As a matter of fact, before I came here, I talked with Kim about some problems that I've been having. But just dealing with them on a day-to-day basis, it's not exactly the way that you should deal with them, but I'm a runner. So if I have a problem, I run as fast or far away as I can from it. So one of the things that we're trying to learn with Kim is, get the problems out, get them off of your chest. That way you don't have them pinned up, and you don't have to, because eventually you're just going to burst. You don't want that to burst, you want to just do it over time slowly, so it's a trickling effect.
I do struggle with depression and anxiety, and I was recently diagnosed as bipolar, so I actually take medicine for those illnesses. And honestly, I've had it ever since I was a kid. I've been anxious as long as I can remember. Now, the depression settled in high school. I was bullied, so that kind of shaped that aspect of me. And I don't know, like day to day, it's really hard because people who don't have those, or they don't have them as bad as you, it's kind of hard for them to understand certain things. So like when I don't want to go to the movies, or I don't want to go out to eat, or I just want to stay home and sleep or something, sleep and like naps and stuff like that are a way for me to recharge, but people take it as I'm lazy, I'm a freeloader, I'm a, and it's kind of hard because it really prohibits me from doing a whole lot. So when I do theater, it's something that I want to do, and it gets me up and it gets me active and it makes me feel good, because for maybe 6 hours out of the day when we rehearse, it's like I'm somebody else, I'm not me. So all that goes out the door when I step on that stage.
I can't say that I deal with like anxiety and stuff like that. I mean, stress, a lot of people deal with stress, but it's not like the stress most people deal with, like college, soccer, all that stuff. My stress mainly involves, like, I stress over my family a lot. And I was the kind of person that when there was something going on in the family, somehow I was the first one to know. And just holding on to that, and my mom was really big on telling me stuff that would happen and making sure that I didn't tell anybody, so I would keep that in. I found out recently that she had cancer, and it was like a small bit in her nose, and it was actually during the play. The day before we did our first production, she called me and told me, and it was one of those moments where I'm a very hopeful person, and I knew everything was going to be okay. But in the back of my mind, it was like, my mom has cancer. Like, how do you deal with that? And I try to keep, for my family, I always keep a happy face. Smiles. I'd make jokes and stuff like that. But in my mind, like, if people knew my mind, it was killing me. I always stay. I'm the strong one in the family. I stay strong for everyone, but nobody could tell that I was like hurting. I was dying inside. But I found out yesterday that she went through the surgery. She's cancer-free now. And a big thing during the play and having everybody around me, nobody knew in the play that I was dealing with this because I never let anything show, but them keeping the spirits up just helped me get through a lot of stuff. And the only thing that I deal with is stress, and it's just, I'm not very good at letting it show to people, but it is helpful doing stuff like this, having people around me to take my mind off all that.
Struggle with depression and anxiety. A lot of this anxiousness that I feel came from, early stages of my life and that whole family life, and, losing everything like that so quickly. And you just, when it's out of your hands, it's just really saddening. And, oftentimes there are, in myself, I want to give up, but I know if I give up, then, who else is gonna have my back but me,
Theater is magic and vital.
Really, it's just 2 words. Be yourself.
Be scared and do it anyways.
Do the things you're scared of, because in the end, it'll turn out for the better.
Do something crazy. Do something that you never thought that you'd do. If you talk to somebody and they're like, oh, well, she'd never do that or he'd never do that, do it.
Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to step out and do something that you feel like you should be a part of.
Believe in yourself.
I was thinking about this question, and I didn't really know how to answer it, but I think I have a short answer for it. I'm gonna say yes, there is a light in the dark, but you cannot find it by yourself.
There's a lot of times it doesn't seem like it, but there is. I mean, even if it's just one person helping you get through it, even if it's yourself, there's always a light. There's always a driving force that's gonna help you. You just have to be willing to listen.
Yes. I think that there is totally a light in the dark if you are willing to find it.
As dark as it may seem sometimes there is no light. Sometimes you have to have this other person kind of be that light, or even something else. It doesn't have to be a person, but just something that comes into your life, and the light, you slowly start to see it again.
If everything is going bad, it's going bad for a reason. And usually when everything's going bad, there is something really big that happens after that, like something good, and that can change your life for the better.
I'm still kind of hazy, but I'm still searching. Got my little flashlight on, looking for the exit.
That is the light in the dark to me.